Today I want to share with you guys why I enjoy taking photos alone. Granted, I also do like taking photos with my friends as well. It's just that sometimes I feel like I'm more inclined to take photos by myself, and there's really no right or wrong answers to this. It's just something that I noticed lately. I'll be using the Fujifilm X100T, which is equivalent to 35mm, and I usually shoot in RAW, but once in a while I'll switch to film simulation and play around with the colors because I really like it. By the way, recently I got bit by a fire ant. You can probably see it here in my left hand. It was just like swollen everywhere. But I'm feeling better now. My hand can make a fist again, and I can actually, yeah, there's a lot more strength now, so. And I actually don't know where I'm going. That's the thing about spontaneous photo log is I usually just pick a direction and just keep driving until I find something interesting and I stop, walk around it. Maybe it's a neighborhood or street or food market. One of the perks to shoot alone is that there's really no restraint on location. You can go as you please. Stop it wherever you want. You don't have to set up a time and location with a friend beforehand and all that stuff. I feel like the most obvious reason why I enjoy shooting alone is that it's easier for me to get into the zone. I know it sounds very cliche, but oftentimes I find it harder to just tune up my photo taking mode up a notch when I'm shooting with another person or group of people. You see that building right in front of me? That's actually a FBI building. I know it looks really weird and it still looks like it's under construction, but it's actually not. It's been like that for a while. Right after college, I did a few interviews there and I almost worked in that exact building right there. They were looking for people who knows multiple languages, and luckily I was able to pass the first few rounds, but the very last one, it was more like a written test, and I failed the Chinese one, unfortunately. It's actually pretty crazy to think about this now. I mean, the facility is great, everything is clean and new, it's very well built, but overall, I say it's still a very fun experience. Another reason why I really enjoy doing solo street photography is because overall I can be more sensitive and focused on the environment if I'm just shooting by myself. It's just less distraction from needing to social with people and then trying to make photos at the same time. I feel like at the same time it's like I'm scouting for locations, just new locations where I can actually look around and discover new places, interesting places that I can find and take photos of, possibly in the future. And honestly, most of the time it's a hit or miss. It usually takes a while for me to find a really interesting place and able to capture some good photos. Okay, but not all distractions are all bad though. I feel like if I am able to balance social and taking photos at the same time on the street out with my friends, which usually I'll be able to find a balance point between that, and things will work out pretty well too. But for me, that means I need to somehow find that balance when I'm shooting on the street. It's just a different kind of vibe, I guess. Well, this plaza is very nice looking. All the lights at night, hopefully it'll shine. I'm surprised how much traffic this place has. Another thing I want to mention is when we're shooting by ourselves, there's no filters, meaning no one else is here that could influence how I react to a scene on the street, and therefore changes how I perceive the photo. A lot of time it's just easier and more calm for me to really sink in and be alone with my thoughts and creative process. with the scene and location or environment, however you want to describe it. It's like I'm able to really immerse myself in that kind of, what's the word I'm looking for here? Maybe realm or flow. That's probably a better way to explain it. And while doing that, I feel like I'm able to create something that's mine and somehow figure out and sculpture my own style along the way. But then you look at the difference. Oh, this one's like brand new. No, scooter guy turned. Thought he's gonna go through the sidewalks. Another reason why I like to shoot by myself is that whenever I'm shooting with someone else, it creates this different dynamic on a street. So for example, if I'm going down the street taking photos by myself, I'm just walking down there by myself alone. That's always different when I'm walking alone with maybe 2 or 3 other friends. Usually, well, that's a lot of people. Usually it's like 2 other friends, so 3 people down the street. And that kind of dynamic and vibe totally hits different compared to when I'm just down the street by myself. Because originally it's just like 1 versus 1, like me versus the whoever that's on the street, a stranger. But then now it's either 2 versus 1 or 3 of us taking photos versus 1 person, or it could be a group of people, but it depends on how big your street is. But then that dynamic change and shifts the way that one stranger reacts to the camera. This one stranger is gonna feel way overwhelmed to all of us taking photos of him or her. So in other words, it's just not as subtle as if I'm just shooting by myself. No, I'm not advocating that we should all be sneaky on the street all the time. It's just that sometimes the less obvious we are, the more likely we're able to capture a candid and unfiltered moment. But at the end of the day, no matter if you're going out to take photos by yourself or you're going out with a group, the only person that's pressing the shutter is still you. You're the only one who has full control of your photos, no one else.